Okay, we're going to take a break from The Secret. That was the longest series I ever preached. And now I want to pause. We're going to take a break and we're going to get into the rest of God. The rest of God. And it's very ironic that in one of the most challenging, stressful, busy weeks of my life, I'm preaching about the rest of God. Sometimes I just feel like I'm your big joke, huh? I'm the punchline. We're going to talk about rest today. And, you know, as we've been moving for the last 3 weeks, and I've been taking this Greek intensive class and dealing with everything that's going on in the church, all of the changes, I had to rely on the stress management technique. I don't know if you guys know about this stress management technique, but it's a technique called visualization. So when you're in a stressful situation, in this stressful time, you visualize a place that's not stressful, that's not full of anxiety, that's not full of care. And so I want us all to practice this technique called visualization. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes and think about what rest means to you. What is a place, or what is a time, or what is a moment that you feel embodies rest? When you think of rest, what comes to your mind? Okay, what came to your mind when you thought of rest? Just yell it out. The beach in Mexico. Cancun? A tropical island. Your couch. Couch can be restful. Your blue chair. Your blue chair. Any others? Any others? Working on the sound system. That's really unique. Being asleep. I got like 7.5 hours of sleep last night. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Caden was in the other room. Praise Jesus. When you hear the word rest, what usually comes to mind is a nice, comfortable sofa, a soak in a nice whirlpool jacuzzi, a tropical island sitting on the beach with a pina colada, the waves hitting the sand, the breeze blowing, or maybe a tranquil garden, serene and peaceful. Whatever your idea of rest is, it is clear that most of us are not getting rest. This is a problem in our society. We cry out in the midst of all the hectic schedules and the out of control busyness. We cry out desperately for rest. And you feel it every day. You go to work. Sometimes you don't eat breakfast. Sometimes you don't eat lunch. You got deadlines to meet. You come home and it's crazy and chaos inside of your house, your family. And you cry out for rest. And it's like there's always just one more thing. And you keep working, and it's like, oh, I'm going to work, and I'm going to come home, and it's going to be over, and I'm going to just relax. And then the phone rings. There's always one more thing. And if you look at the actual, we all feel it. But if you look at the actual numbers, it's pretty sad and pitiful, because we live in this society where we have all of these technological advances that are supposed to keep us from working so hard. washing machine, microwave. All of these things supposed to keep us from working hard, but we end up more stressed out, more anxious than at any other time in history. Look at the numbers. Here's the numbers. 36% of employees don't plan to take their full vacation. We work 160 hours more per year than we did in 1960. And if you total that up, we work an additional month a year. A whole month. Americans are 48% more stressed than even in 2002. So the stress is almost doubled since 2002. It says the average American works 9 weeks more than the average Western European worker. If you take the average American and they work the same amount of days from January through October 24th, the European worker will have the rest of the year off. Makes me want to be a missionary to Europe. I can do it. Ooh la la, bonjour. I learned some French just for the vacation. Over half of Americans aged 18 to 54 skip lunch on a daily basis. Of those who take lunch, 43% spend 15 minutes or less. That's just like, can I take your order? I'll take 2 famous stars. Back to work. It's not very restful. I used to do that too. Just swallow it all up. Nearly half of all Americans are likely to eat between meals, 1/3 overeat during the next meal, and 1/5 feel nauseous or have problems concentrating. I think this happens to me once a week. It's a snapshot of our broader culture, but it's really no different even in the church culture. I mean, Christians are just busy, man. Running here, running there. I can actually say I'm more busy since I became a follower of Christ than before. Before, I was lazy, man. Just sitting at home, eating brownies. Not those special kind of brownies. I know what you guys are thinking.